A special feature for you now. Tonight, a new Gone Cold, highlighting Hewitt's oldest cold case. It's the 1978 murder of a victim dubbed Disco Dan. 6 News anchor Bailey Bates and digital director Melissa Cuz took a deep dive into the investigation. Bailey joins us now live in the studio with information that could crack the case. Bailey?
Hey guys, this is the case the Hewitt police chief says frustrates him to no end. With many attempts to identify this unnamed man, still he remains hopeful. Using some creative techniques, he hopes someone will remember that one piece of information is all they need to solve this case. In the small city of Hewitt, crimes are few and far between.
We're normally nominated as one of the safest cities in the state of Texas.
It's one reason why some cases stick out to Hewitt Police Chief Jim Devlin.
We look at this case very often.
This box holds all the pieces that could lead to answers for the department's oldest known cold case. But after more than 4 decades,
it frustrates me to no end to say that I haven't figured this one out yet.
Devlin can't quite figure out why someone would kill this man or even who this man could be.
It's April 3rd, 1978, when this body is discovered off of what is commonly referred to as Spring Valley Road.
A young man in his late 20s or early 30s with shoulder-length hair found in a drainage culvert, shot in the head.
He was pushed up in there with a little bit of his feet sticking out. You couldn't see it from the roadway.
Devlin says he had been there a few days, already decomposing.
You can imagine being in a drainage culvert where water's flowing through. That will have a tendency to destroy a lot of the crime scene as well.
He had been discarded with few clues left behind about who he was and how he got there.
No wallet, no cash, no identification.
Found in a dress shirt like this, Levi jeans, Wellington boots, and a necklace. No fingerprint hits, and now only a bullet fragment is still available for DNA testing.
There's not enough on that fragment to even pull off any DNA. And the issue then becomes, the more you test it, the more the potential that the sample is there, it could be degraded.
Working with the little they have, Devlin soon realized he needed more eyes on this case, and the name Disco Dan was born.
It was more so to draw attention because basically the lack of evidence that we have that relates to this case. One of the things you want to do is you want to try to put on as many eyes on a case like this as possible.
He created a Facebook page hoping to reach the right person, someone who would recognize his distinct tattoos, especially the one with the letters R and B.
We believe it's a personal tattoo, as most are. It has some initials in it. We haven't been able to coordinate what that is.
Devlin can only rely on what they've had for decades.
Forensic art has a job to do.
Like the sketches Suzanne Bolden's colleagues have done for Disco Dan. One done in the 80s, the second in 2016.
Yeah, he looks very well styled here, but if this really looks anything at all like him, somebody may recognize him, and I certainly hope so.
Bolden has been doing forensic art for nearly 3 decades and now teaches it. She says sometimes it can take time to identify someone in a recreation.
This one took 41 years.
But in cases like Disco Dan,
it's really the only thing you've got to go on. Somebody somewhere may see that and it may like that, but it takes the right person at the right time to see something and recognize somebody.
And that's exactly what Devlin is needing after all these years.
At one point in time, the information received is going to be true and correct, and it's going to send us on a landslide path, and before you know it, we're going to end up arresting an individual, hopefully.
If you know anything about Disco Dan's death or recognize the man in the sketches, please call Hewitt Police Department. Melissa Cuz has a whole lot more information about this investigation on our website, including where Disco Dan is buried and what's been tested for DNA. Guys.
Thank you so much, Bailey. Of course, sharing that out could definitely help as well. Thanks for that report.
Let's hope so.